Oh yeah, switch the thingies.
I did. I checked the preferences just for you. But thanks, Jeff.
Yeah.
I think I did it earlier. Hold on. Let's see.
Ooh.
Jason, that gets annoying because your microphone doesn't show up on your thing. So when you put your face up to the mic, your face like gets cut out.
Yeah, so your background covers
your background.
Microphone.
Yeah. Like you lean towards your mic
awesome.
and
It's awesome. Anyway.
so you have no shoulder now.
This is awesome. Okay. 3, 2, 1. Welcome to the History of Bad Ideas, episode number 333. I'm Jason.
I'm Jeff.
I'm Jim.
I'm the intern.
Blake is joining us in a little bit, but thank you for joining us. I'm trying to get Neil from Dark Angels on the show. I'm going to guilt him into it. I will say the power of Skype is really nice because you can just call people at random and see if they show up. So
the power of Skype compels you.
Name title for the show. So this week it's Cinco de Mayo. Is that correct? I don't even know. I feel like we're in a loop. A time loop. Is it Cinco de Mayo?
Nope, it is not.
Oh, but I had my hat ready to go. See? I'm all back. I got my hat. No.
Can't do that anymore.
Oh, damn it. I don't know if I really should have done that to begin with, Brian, to be honest.
You shouldn't have.
No. So thanks, everybody, for listening. You can watch us on YouTube at the History of Bad Ideas podcast, which is, we appreciate everybody watching us. I don't know why, but it's nice. And this week I have a Tiger King background. Joe Exotic with his tiger. So I was pretty happy with it. I was going different. Jeff, I feel like you're in a time warp over there with your blurred background on Skype.
Oh, is it blurred?
Yes, you're blurred.
Oh, well, I don't know how to change shit like that.
Don't worry about it.
If I click on it,
great.
What will it do?
Yeah, you look great. Your background just looks blurred.
I know.
You look fine.
If I click unblur my background, will it make other changes to things, or will it just unblur?
Just unblur. There you go. Yeah.
Nope.
I'm about to say, and all of a sudden I see Brian's other things.
Tablecloth.
Yes.
It is a smooth thing.
Did you flip your camera? Is that what you did?
Yeah. There we go.
Jeff,
Just when I thought I had this Skype thing figured out.
Jeff, with your blurred background, I was waiting for Chris Hansen to walk in. Hi, I'm Chris Hansen. I was a little worried over there.
Chris Hansen's not allowed in my place.
Chris Hansen is not allowed in a lot of places. So how's everybody doing this week? Week 1800 of quarantine?
I really enjoyed the meme Jeff shared today of the candles for 2020 that came out.
Oh.
It was a little mini dumpster with a candle in it that's on fire.
Can we buy those?
As far as I know, it wasn't a real product, but sure, why not?
Do you think Michael Scott's Jan could do it? She could make those. This is my candle room.
Is it Serenity by Jan?
That's right.
Is that what it was?
I think that's what it was.
Gift Serenity. Breath of Silence.
Yes.
Jerry Stiller. Why couldn't you have taken Ben? Jerry was fine. Why couldn't you take Ben Stiller?
Wow.
Jerry Stiller had good years of comedy left. Ben had none left. Come on. I don't need another Zoolander. But maybe the Ben Stiller show again, season 2. That might have worked. So, Brian, were you hit hard since he was on King of Queens?
Yeah. He's on. I mean, he was a major character on 2 of my favorite sitcoms, Seinfeld and King of Queens. So,
but yet he wasn't on Kevin Can Wait. Do you feel like Kevin James was just being an asshole and not asking him back? I feel like that could have been it.
I think he probably just didn't have a role for him.
I think if it would have went on to a third season, they would have brought him back or brought him on.
Yeah.
It's like,
well,
first season you get Kevin James, second season you get Leah Remini, so the third season would have had to have been Jerry Stiller, but
playing Leah Remini's dad, living in their basement.
Season 6 was Patton Oswalt. So it would have just come full circle. You know, Jeff, they probably wouldn't have done a season 3 just because they ran out of ideas after season 1. That's why they killed the wife off, remember?
Oh, that's true, yeah. They ran out of more ideas, so they have to bring in the father of...
They were trying to get saved and renewed for a second season, so they were like, oh, we'll bring her back because them together equals ratings.
I just like you're like, well, we kind of ran out of ideas, and it was played out with the husband and wife thing. And I'm thinking, are you Marvel comic writers with Spider-Man? We gotta save Aunt May and break up Mary Jane and Peter Parker. Nobody knows how to write for a married couple.
Yeah, we just ran out of ideas for Kevin James being married.
It's just so unrealistic, man. Unless it's married to another dude.
Only pretend though.
Oh yeah, only pretend.
Just for health insurance.
It's still legal, so it's not pretend.
And I'm all in on that new Kevin James movie where he's the bad guy.
Absolutely.
Yeah, explain this, Jim. Explain what this is.
I forget the name of the movie, but he plays he plays somebody, a white supremacist with a nice swastika, either tattooed or cut into the back of his head with the hair, and he's looking for some type of treasure, I guess, and he goes to the house where the people think it is, and the little girl has the key, and she runs off, and then she apparently kicks everybody's ass. Go 10-year-old girl.
The movie is called Becky.
Becky, yes.
So I guess
it's about a girl named Becky.
And that's just from the trailer there, Jim?
That's just from the trailer.
It sounded like you told the plot of an entire movie.
So, well, it is Kevin James. Is it National?
A good trailer.
Is it National Treasure 3: White Supremacist? Is that what it is? Coming to Disney.
I think it's American History 11, since they already had American History.
So the plot for that movie is a teenager's weekend at a lake house with her father takes a turn for the worse when a group of convicts wreak havoc on their lives.
Oh.
So it's got Joel McHale, Kevin James.
Well, Joel McHale's cool. That's enough right there.
Lulu Wilson.
Oh, I love Lulu.
Becky.
And then a bunch of people I've never heard of.
Jim, was the 10-year-old girl less annoying than Theo from A Million Little Things?
Everybody is less annoying than Theo.
Fuck that kid. God, that fucking kid.
No, I'm not going to fuck that kid because then Chris Hansen will show up.
No. Hi, I'm Chris Hansen. Jim, are you past season 3 or episode 3 yet of Million Little Things? Season 2.
No, I haven't. I didn't watch anything since last week of Million Little Things. We do have another breath of silence. You skipped, considering your background has tigers in it.
Yeah.
Roy Horn.
Siegfried and Roy.
Yes.
I was getting ready to say that, but I was letting Jason talk about whatever crap Jason was talking about.
And one from last week that I forgot to mention was Sam Lloyd. He was Ted on Scrubs.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, that was last week.
And well, since we're going to Little Richard.
Little Richard?
Yeah.
Best role for Little Richard?
Mystery Alaska.
Yep. Could you make the song longer?
And then he starts singing the Canadian national anthem.
Oh, Canada. And Mike Myers' best role too. You know where you can get a rub and a tug around here. Let's see. Just for you, Brian, I did watch Rambo: Last Blood this week. I watched a lot of movies this week.
It just sounds so wrong when you say the word colon. So you're like Last Blood. Does not sound good.
It's a movie. That happened to be a movie about hemorrhoids.
That's going to be plot lines next week. Yeah, it was enjoyable. It was 10 o'clock at night. I had nothing going on. All the kids were in bed. The wife was out, and I was like, you know what? I think I'm going to watch something. It was on Amazon Prime.
Yeah, it's free on Amazon right now.
And I was going to watch Creed 2 because I've yet to see that, but I was like, I need something lighthearted. Not lighthearted. I shouldn't say that. It's about trafficking, women trafficking, but I needed something I didn't have to think about. And Rambo was it was a little bit more intense than Taken. It was an intense version. And there was a couple of surprises in it. And he cuts a man's heart out. I mean, what else more can you want?
He cuts a man's heart out with a spoon?
No,
it doesn't hurt more.
Yeah, I feel like it could have been like a little bit longer, just from the standpoint of like everything happens really fast.
Yeah,
like from like there's not much of the story gets told, or it's just kind of like boom. He's in the shit like right away. So
yeah, when they came to from the moment that he was going to Mexico to find his niece, and like and then they attacked his house, his range. It was like 5 minutes and done. And you're like, whoa. Like I was expecting, and they spend a lot of their time in the tunnels underneath his farmhouse, and I was like, I was expecting a lot more up above. But I enjoyed it. I mean, I thought it was better than Rocky 4. I hated Rocky 4. I was not a fan of that one. Or not Rocky 4, sorry. Rambo 4.
I'm like, really? You saw the light? You finally saw the light?
No.
Oh, just Rambo? Yeah. I see, that's one of my favorites.
Really?
Yeah, I loved it.
Well, compared to Rambo 3 and Rambo First Blood Part 2.
Rambo 3 is by far the worst of the 5.
I may need to watch Rambo 3 again. Maybe that's it. Because I think I've seen that maybe twice my whole life. I like Rambo First Blood Part 2. Totally different than, First Blood. But I like I said, I enjoyed it. I also watched Sonic the Hedgehog with the kids this weekend. Not bad. It was enjoyable. Brad from Cinema Guys was right. It was not a bad film. It was actually kind of fun. So
you watch
Jim Carrey.
Sonic the Hedgehog, not Sonic the Hedgehog, right?
I watched that later, Jim. Wife was out. Let's watch Sonic the Hedgehog.
I watched Bloodshot.
How was that?
It wasn't as bad as everything I've read about it. But it wasn't good.
So lowered expectations.
Yeah.
Did you feel like you shouldn't have spent the $20, or was it okay to spend the $20 at home?
Well, I didn't spend. It's not $20 anymore. It's it's only $5.99 now.
Oh, okay. Then that's not bad. That's not bad.
That's the second run theaters now, Jay.
At least on Redbox. On Redbox on demand, it's only $5.99.
No, that's not bad. I don't have an issue. Sonic the Hedgehog was $5.99. Jeff, you were asking how Jim Carrey was. He was very Jim Carrey. I liked it. I mean, he played a decent enough role. Nothing great, but
well, I mean, it's supposed to be over the top.
Yeah,
so that's why you get Jim Carrey. But
here's the thing. Brad, I actually texted Brad on it because he was a fan of the show. We both agreed. I actually am looking forward to the sequel more than I think the sequel could actually be better. Jim Carrey turns into the main Dr. Robotnik or Robotnik or what? Yeah, you like the more look of him. And spoilers, Tails shows up at the end. So I'm like, okay.
You're ruining it for me now. Is Knuckles there? Any Knuckles?
No Knuckles. No Knuckles.
So Knuckles will be there for the third movie then.
Knuckles Deep was in Sonic the Vagabond or whatever it is.
Hedgehog.
I like Sonic the Vagabond. Homeless porn. Mm. And then we did finish Orange is the New Black, the wife and I, finally. It was enjoyable. It was nice. It was a nice wrap up. But I liked it enough. But Jeff, did you see anything?
Nothing worth talking about. Just reruns of stuff.
Okay. Jim, anything?
I actually watched and actually stayed awake for Murder on the Orient Express.
The new one?
One that was released a few years ago.
Mm-hmm.
It was adequate. I mean, good cast, and it just...
I watched both that one, and then like the next day I watched the one from the 70s or whatever, and
yeah,
I actually think the earlier one was better.
I could see that.
I thought the newer one. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought the newer one was good, but it was missing something. I don't know what it was missing, but it was definitely missing.
It felt something was edited out, like like a storyline, or I think they cut out some of the suspects or lessened their involvement. Their involvement.
I fell asleep like 3 different times during it. So
a murder.
Yeah.
The first couple times I tried to watch it, I fell asleep. So I actually watched it yesterday, and I'm like, well, I might as well stay awake. I'm not doing anything else, and it's on. So
I think I like Knives Out better.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I definitely
like Knives Out better.
I was not in love with Knives Out as much as everyone else on the show, but I think I like it. I think I need to watch it again. But I definitely enjoyed it, I think, better than Murder on the Orient Express. And then Clues above all of them.
Well, yeah.
Which is accurate.
We
can't see it because you've got a tiger there.
We do.
Paying homage to Siegfried and Roy.
Yeah, actually, this is my tiger. You guys didn't believe that I bought a tiger last week? Well, here's the real tiger right here. Look, scratchy.
I'm waiting for him to chew on your head.
Oh, he's going to. What else did you see,
watched
Jim?
A Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood.
Oh, the
Mr. Rogers.
How was that?
It was really, really good.
That's the one with Tom Hanks?
Yep.
Okay.
And yeah, Matthew Rhys.
Yeah.
It was really, really good.
Is there any conflict in it? It didn't look like much in the show, in the trailer.
But it's more of a personal conflict with Matthew Rhys's character.
Okay.
So it's like Mr. Rogers essentially. So Matthew Rhys's character gets chosen to write an article about him, and it's Mr. Rogers turns out helping him through issues in his life more than him actually writing the story that he was supposed to write. He didn't even write about it. He ended up writing. It was supposed to be like a 400-word little write-up for like a profile. Mm-hmm. And then it turned out to be a 10,000-word feature story that had really nothing to do with Mr. Rogers.
Okay.
But it was really, really good.
Has anybody watched the new Amazon series Upload?
Nope.
I have not even heard of this series.
I saw the previews for it, and it looks dumb.
So we got 2 episodes left. I couldn't believe it. My wife and I actually binge watched 8 episodes in 2 days. I was like, woohoo! Now it helps that the first episode is like 50 minutes and the rest are like 28 to 30. But okay, so the real quick premise is that a guy in the future, 2033, you can die, and before you die, you can upload your consciousness, your memories into a hard drive, and then basically you pay based on how much money you have. You pay to go to these virtual reality heavens with your consciousness. So you either take a chance of like this guy, he's in Iraq and he has to decide, does he take this, surgery to possibly save his life? But if he dies, he doesn't know where he's going. There could be an afterlife, there couldn't be. Or he could try to just say, you know what, I don't want to take a chance on surgery. I'm just going to kill myself basically in the hospital and upload my brain.
Choose to die and let my brain be uploaded.
Yeah. And then 100% that it's a virtual, reality heaven. So that's what happens. It's enjoyable. And then basically there's people, there's the corporate side of it. Like, everybody has a team of angels, is what they're called. They're customer service reps that have like avatars that come into this world. And the angel and him basically fall in love, and that's obviously a big no-no. But it is funny, like every time an angel does a job, because you can just say, "Angel, come here." Every time that happens, you have to Yelp that. You have to do a review like on Yelp, like 1 to 5 stars, and that's how their whole corporate world survives. So the one point is, well, I would like to give you this raise, but you're only a 4.6. You need to be a 4.7. So on the scale of 1 to 5.
It's like Uber drivers.
Yes. So, but it's enjoyable. Like there's parts of it, like his girlfriend, who's like this socialite, she's paying for it all because he doesn't has money. So she's paying for it. His still living girlfriend. But so he can't get like upgrades. He can't get a spa treatment. He can't get Doritos because they cost more. So it's like in-game purchases. So, and then there's like another level that is if you don't have unlimited data, you only have like 5G until like, so it could go out during the week and your brain just freezes until the next time your data comes in. So there's different worlds and all that. And basically there's a murder mystery, but they don't really like do a lot with the murder mystery. Like sometimes they take it seriously.
That's
and
in
then
the last 2 episodes.
What's that?
That's going to be in the last 2 episodes.
Okay. So it's enjoyable. It's not as funny as I thought. It's a dark comedy, but it's a lot more serious on the topics than I thought. I thought it was going to be a sitcom.
You said Good Girls was a comedy. It was a sitcom.
That's true. That is true. Jim, even my wife said it's not a comedy. So there you go. That's an outside.
Even your wife. Your wife has common sense.
Yes. Well, she married me.
Well, she had too much to drink that year.
Decade. So I will have a review up on season 1 of nerdly.co.uk. It should be out this week. Just to let you guys know. But like I said, it's from Greg Daniels, who did The Office, the American version. And they renewed it for season 2. They just renewed it. So it's like I said, if you got time, it's not bad to watch. So, anybody else got anything?
Yeah, the other movie I watched The Goldfinch. It was entertaining.
I think I heard.
Is that based on the book?
Based on the book, yeah. It's pretty much a kid. Mom dies in a bombing at the New York Metropolitan Museum of Art, and he it's then him growing up. But after bombing, he was looking at this painting, and it fell, and he took it with him, and it's kind of just, and then everybody in his life is just shitty to him pretty much, and leads to a bunch of problems, and has him as a kid, and it kind of goes to an adult, and it flashes back and forward, and pretty much it deals with him actually how is he going to return the painting, but Jeffrey Wright's in it, and every time he talks, it's like, man, he should have been somebody on my list to narrate my life.
Was it worth watching?
Yeah, I enjoyed it. I mean,
okay.
I know some people didn't like it, but I'm pretty liberal on movies I like, so I don't know if I'd watch it again right now. But if it's on and I don't have anything else on it, I might not turn it off.
Would you have
What's your stance on 13 going on 30?
I would turn that off.
Okay, just checking. Just checking.
But Mark Ruffalo is dreamy.
Oh, Mark Ruffalo. Speaking of movies, first off, we're getting into the Twitter poll of the week. You can find us at Bad Ideas Podcast on Twitter, and also the History of Bad Ideas on Facebook. Like our page there. Did you know? So we're 24 minutes into the show, and we're finally into Twitter poll of the week. That's the quickest we've been into the Twitter poll of the week in like 6 weeks. I blame Blake. I think it's Blake because he's not here right now. I'm going with it.
I can talk about more stuff if you want me to. I can do a recap on The Voice.
We haven't done our 30-minute dissertation on Westworld.
Or Oak Island.
Oh, they found nothing on Oak Island. Okay, we're done with Oak Island.
Talk Westworld. Should I take off my headphones and go away for a half hour again?
Well, there's nothing new to talk about because we talked about the last the finale last week. So
yeah, I know. And I took off my headphones and walked away for a half hour.
Although when Jason was talking about Uploaded or whatever, kind of it reminded me of Westworld season 2. How they were all being uploaded into an afterlife.
I would say that this upload doesn't have as many killings, but that's not entirely true. there is some killing in it, a decent amount. So.
Killing in the name of.
Let's see. We had. Oh, first off, thanks to everybody for sending in on Twitter. We requested ideas for top fives because intern Hackney was running out of top 5 ideas after 300 and something episodes. So thank you to everybody that did that. You guys
appreciate you guys picking up my slack.
Yeah, and for the people whose ideas we insulted, thank you too.
Yes.
Twitter poll of the week this week is what will be the highest grossing film of 2020. They're mostly coming out in August. We talked about that last week. We had Wonder Woman 1984, A Quiet Place 2, Black Widow, and Godzilla vs. Kong. Okay, so on this one, there was actually one more change once after we went to press on this one. We had, in just less than 24 hours, we had 109 votes. So thank you for that. That was nice.
Yeah, I'm not even looking at the final results, and they changed drastically from the last time I saw it.
Yeah. So at one point, Wonder Woman was running away with it. So that did not happen. So A Quiet Place 2 is in last place with 6% of the vote. In third place, Black Widow at 21% and winning 45% to 28%. Godzilla vs. Kong over Wonder Woman. And I was shocked. Now, mind you, Bad Boys for Life is at 441 million-ish worldwide. So they're number one right now. So people are thinking Godzilla vs. Kong will overtake that. Thoughts?
Well, I suppose the question, we're talking worldwide box office? Because I think Godzilla vs. Kong might do better at worldwide than, say, Wonder Woman.
It was put as highest grossing film, so I'm going to say, worldwide.
Okay. Domestically, I think my guess would have been Wonder Woman, but worldwide, I could see Godzilla versus Kong.
I agree. The only thing that might help Godzilla is not all of American movie theaters will be maybe open in August. Actually, I think it comes out in September. But China is opening up a lot of their things, and they're big on Godzilla. Same with Japan. So, I still don't know if Wonder Woman's going to make it to theaters this year. I still wouldn't be surprised if that goes to video on demand. Even Black Widow.
I could see Black Widow doing it more than Wonder Woman.
You think?
Well, the only reason Wonder Woman do it is if theaters don't open.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, I would be surprised if theaters aren't open by August.
Well, what's that?
What made you pick these 4 movies?
So I looked at what was coming out, and I actually had Bad Boys for Life in there, and then I took out because I was like, oh, let's see if a new movie could do it. These were listed on a couple different websites as the most, not anticipated, but biggest movies of the year. There was, I think they each one had like 5 to 10.
What about No Time to Die?
That's next year.
That got pushed back to next year.
I thought so, or did I miss that?
That's August. That's one of the first ones to come out. That was supposed to come out already, and they pushed it back.
Yeah, it was supposed to be out in March, I think.
November 25th, 2020. I apologize. I missed that one.
Yeah. What about Tenet?
That I could not find anything on. Somebody actually did ask about that. It's supposed to be out end of July, I think July 25th or something, July 20th.
That was the initial release date?
Yeah, I have not seen anything on if it's been pushed back or what. I've heard nothing about it. I could see them moving it back towards Christmas maybe with the Nolan film. But that was everything. So that was another one I looked at. With Tenet, I just did it. There was too many variables if it was even coming out this year or if he's holding off.
So I just pulled this up, and there's an article that says that was just posted at the end of last week saying that it's more likely that it's going to get pushed to 2021.
Okay.
Tenet?
No, No Time to Die. Sorry.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I mean, at this point, I think a lot of them is. That's what I said. I don't even know if Wonder Woman opens in August. I mean, I don't have much faith that it does. But I know it could be. Hell, you know what? The rate could drop with the virus, and we may be okay. And they may start opening a lot more things up. We'll find out in a month. I was being optimistic there, Brian.
I know.
Right now, Tenet is still scheduled to open up July 17th.
Wow. Huh.
Nolan wants that to be the movie that opens theaters back up.
Wow. Good for AMC because they said they're not opening until they get new releases. AMC theaters.
Well, good thing AMC's going to get bought out.
Yeah.
By Amazon.
So AMC's not going to be showing any. Was it Warner Brothers?
Yeah.
Universal.
Universal. Yeah. So okay.
That's why the stock price is so low.
So is AMC just going to change their name to AMZ when Amazon buys them?
Amazon.
Well, AMC's stock was low, and then Amazon rumors came out yesterday or 2 days ago, and then their stock shot up a little bit because they said Amazon's been looking to get into movie theaters, so they have basically a direct line with video on demand and that.
Yeah. The problem is the question will be, the monopoly and whatnot, and if they're allowed to, because studios, I don't think are allowed to own the theaters.
Oh, okay.
And Amazon is a producer of movies, so they might.
They couldn't show their own movies.
I think that I don't know the specifics, but I mean that's like Disney. You think that they would love to own the theaters to show them, but.
Right.
The monopoly rules, and it's confusing and it changes every day.
Number one fan, Doug, Disney fan, he actually talked, I don't know if it was on our show or not, or it was off the air, but he was talking that years ago that Disney wanted to, and it might have been Bob Iger, he wanted to be able to sell the DVDs or Blu-rays or whatever at the time of the movies that you just saw in theaters right as you came out of the theater. Yeah. So if you went and saw, I don't know, Beauty and the Beast live action, you could walk out of that theater then and be able to buy it for $20 outside the movie theater. And I guess there was too much pushback from the movie theaters because of repeat business. But I thought that was it's a clever idea. I mean, it's obviously changing the movie theaters and what they're going.
A lot easier to do today. You get a code. You buy it and you get a digital code with it, and then download the movie after you paid for the ticket.
Yeah, because I know every time we buy a freaking Blu-ray film, you always get the digital code with it. So,
Yeah.
take it over. So,
those damn things expire.
do they?
Yeah.
Like, if you don't use it after a certain date, then it won't be good. So, like, you can't go back to your old stuff and then start downloading it because the codes don't work anymore.
I was quite upset because Ultraviolet, which was a streaming service with one of the companies, Paramount, I think, they closed up shop. So now I no longer have the digital version of Cowboys versus Aliens. Really upset by that. Really upset by that.
Shit.
Which, again, is another reason why digital and cloud stored movies are terrible way to go. Because
I got the Blu-ray.
Yeah.
It came...
I don't know. You need to have a physical copy. Otherwise, there's no guarantee that it'll be there when you actually want to watch it.
Correct.
That's why you just get a membership to Brian Buster.
Yes. Ooh. Yes. There's still one in the country that's still open.
Is it in Cincinnati?
It is not. It's in Norwood.
Oh,
he's got you there.
We're a city within a city.
Jeff, why don't you do listener feedback? We'll switch it up this week. You want to do listener feedback?
Okay, Where is Blake?
Since we don't have a box office stuff.
No, we do. We do have box office numbers this week.
We do have it, but it's not as big as it. It's still.
It's bigger than it has been the last 6 weeks.
Yeah.
That's what she said.
Okay. Yeah. Listener feedback. Oh, I don't have a sponsor because I didn't know it was going to be my responsibility.
Sponsored by vodka.
Sure. The bomb listener feedback. Sponsored by vodka.
I like it.
Starting with Doug.
Number one fan.
A-Pants.
Can't give yourself a nickname.
Dad?
Well, anyway, he says, so, Jason can have on Friends in the background while he works, but he can't have on Jessica Jones? What's wrong with him?
Sadly, we don't have enough time to discuss it. I don't think.
Well, I'm going to come to Jason's defense on this. When you're working, you can't turn on something that you need to pay attention to.
Correct.
So, like Friends, I mean, nothing happens in Friends that you wouldn't already know or even matters. But Jessica Jones, you need to pay attention to what's going on. It's tough to watch when there's distractions. And I'm assuming your work will have distractions from your television viewing.
Yes. I spent 3.5 hours today on with one particular dilemma. So that was fun. Multiple phone calls, but a total of my 9-hour day was 3.5 hours with this thing. So so I actually have to pay attention when I'm working. I will say the more that Friends is on in the background, the more I really hate all of them. I really am despising every single one. Ross is the fucking worst. Rachel is just a bitch. I can't stand her. Ross is too. He's a bitch. I don't like either of them. They're both toxic towards each other. Joey is, I guess, the best one out of all of them. Maybe he likes sandwiches, so I'm good. I'm good with that. I like sandwiches. Courtney Cox,
but he does treat women like shit, though. Joey treats women like shit.
Yeah, he does.
Phoebe for the win.
No, her mom storyline. I told you that last week. I can't. Fuck that. Oh my god.
That was a half a season out of 9 seasons.
It's that bad. Chandler, I guess, is okay. I don't know, but he's very needy. Like if Monica's going off, like she sees the mustache guy, Tom Selleck. Yeah. Like she saw him after she was like engaged to Chandler, and he gets all bent out of shape, like you're not going to see him again. And she's like, I ran into him at a grocery store, and we went out to dinner for like just as friends. You're not seeing him again. Fucking calm down, Chandler. No wonder you're.
But knowing her history with him, that every time she saw him, she was swooning over him, even after they broke up for like 2 years.
Have some confidence.
Well, A, he has none, and B, he's still better than 80, 90% of the population when it comes to jealousy.
True.
I mean, just real people in general tend to be worse than what Chandler was.
You know, my wife can't keep my hands off you, Jeff, and I'm fine. I'm okay. I'm not jealous.
I don't want your wife to put your hands on me.
My wife can't keep my hands off of you.
Yeah, that's what he said.
And it's true. That is true. I meant to say that. Come here, Jeff. Woo, I'm all hands. Keep
your hands to yourself.
Hey, I can't help it if I'm your wife's gorilla bear.
You are. You know, just to make you jealous, Jeff, I had some of my wife's cheesy goodness tonight. And by
I am a little
goodness,
jealous.
I mean homemade mac and cheese.
I am a little jealous.
So damn good.
Oh, Jason just disappeared there.
Yeah, Jason. Yeah, when you put the paper up in front of you, you disappear.
So this Tiger King background is kind of odd. It's like a green screen.
Yes, exactly.
That's the point of it, yes.
Simmer down, people. Let's see.
So now you're going to make me figure out how to do this background stuff, and I'll do that next week.
Do you have a laptop?
Yeah.
Okay, so you should be able to. Brian was trying to figure out that it's not as easy on the iPad, or they may not have it.
Okay.
It's not in the settings on the iPad.
Okay. What else we got, Jeff?
Well, let's go back to Doug for 1 second. How come he doesn't come on the show since we're in quarantine? Is he too good to Skype, or does he not know how to work electronic devices?
I'll go with B.
You know, that's a good.
That is a great question.
That's a good call.
Hey, have you even invited him, Jason? Have you called him? Or
no.
You not...
Well,
he's got to have a better system than Jim.
Yeah.
What else we got, Jeff?
From Bob, what streaming services fantasy series are you most excited for? Witcher Season 2, The Wheel of Time, or Lord of the Rings?
None of those for me.
Of those, I'll guess The Wheel of Time. Because if I was...
turtle?
Yes, no, it's not that turtle. Since I haven't seen Witcher Season 1, except for like the first episode, I suppose I'm not that interested in The Witcher. And I doubt Lord of the Rings will be as good as the movies that Jason refuses to watch. So Wheel of Time by default.
Jim?
Having read the entire Wheel of Time, that would be more expansive than Game of Thrones. And I can see them doing it really poorly if they try and rush it.
What platform is that coming out on?
Was that Amazon?
Amazon has Lord of the Rings, and I think it has all three, don't they? Oh no, Netflix is Witcher.
Yeah.
Wheel of Time and I believe Lord of the Rings is Amazon. I'll double check for you right now.
And which Lord of the Rings story are they following up with? Are we going to? I want to know stuff that they did. I want to know about the two blue wizards.
I think
nothing's written about.
Oh, so make up your own stuff?
Yes.
I think they were going back to the... I don't know, I could be wrong, but to the big war or whatever of the First Age or whatever they call it.
Yeah, the first stage, yeah, with Alessadil and how the forming of the rings and the fracturing of the sword, yeah. And the reason why they sent the five wizards down to Middle Earth and
yeah, and I was under the impression that there wasn't even going to be a whole lot necessarily about the rings, but just that time period. But I don't know. I could be completely wrong.
Wheel of Time is on what do you call it?
Amazon.
Amazon. Yep.
Amazon. Okay. Amazon.
I've been seeing a lot of previews for Snowpiercer. I'm actually interested in that. Why?
I don't know why.
Stop.
What? What's going on?
I don't need to see Joe Exotic and his 7 husbands.
I'm really enjoying this background.
It doesn't surprise me that he invited you.
I think Jason might be his 8th husband.
For those on podcast listening, on our Skype, on our YouTube video, I've been changing the Joe Exotic backgrounds, and this one is him and his getting married to his 2 other lovers. So I'm invited. Hello. So this is fun. I like this.
We have very different definitions of fun.
We're going to have a contest. See how many different screensavers I had or backgrounds I had, and you can win a prize if you let us know on Twitter at Bad Ideas Podcast. So
this is just proof that why we shouldn't be doing video, because Jason finds this stuff amusing.
Oh, where'd you go?
It's a little thing. Sorry.
Did you disappear into his pants? Or in his hat?
Whoop. Anyways, what else we got, Jeff? From 143, I think.
From 143 at Breaker 6696. Why do I tend to be hornier when I smoke cigars? Because you have an oral fixation?
Yeah, and they're phallic.
Very.
Sigmund Freud wrote a book on that?
I do like cigars.
Jason
I don't know if it
really... I can't smoke cigars. That taste that just sticks in your mouth for almost a week later. Oh. No matter how often you brush your teeth or gargle with scope, you just can't get rid of that cigar because, it stays in your throat and your lungs for way too long. Nasty.
I love cigars, but what's that, Jim? I'm sorry.
Gargle? Don't you drink it?
No, you don't drink the scope, Jim.
Jim does.
You guys are doing it wrong.
You try and inhale it so it gets into the lungs. It'll disinfect and clean that stuff out.
Bleach.
My wife said that anytime I have a cigar, she's like, you just need to move away. She can't get near me because you're right, Jeff. It doesn't come out of your throat. It stays on your clothes, everything. And I love cigars, but yeah, I haven't smoked one in years just because of that. It's like, well, you got to see me. You got to be around me. Obviously, if it's making you, nasty, or making me nasty, then that's fine. But I do enjoy it.
And they got to be good cigars because nothing is worse than the smell of a cheap cigar.
No. What's the Quick and Coles, or what is that? The small ones with the white caps on them?
Swisher Sweets?
Yeah, or the mild ones. What is that? Sweet and mild?
Black and mild.
Black and mild. There we go. So, what else we got, Jeff?
We've got from Dev, the Psy guy. Aside from podcasting, what activity do you miss the most? Dev's is all the beers with people.
Brian's good at all the beers.
Yeah, that's a very fun game I like to play. It's called Drink the Beer.
And what happens when you win?
You get another beer. It's a very fun game.
What happens when you lose?
You get another beer.
Okay.
Is there a loser in that game?
I've been playing for well over 10 years, and I have never come across a loser and drink the beer.
Would your wife disagree?
No. She's actually pretty good at it, too.
Okay.
Yeah, we're very good drink the beers.
Okay. Jeff, what do you miss?
Pub trivia. The weekly trivia fix. Now we've been doing it remotely. There's been a lot of what do you call it? Companies around the country that have been doing like Twitch streams and whatnot, and I suppose like asking for donations to keep them afloat while they do that. So that's curbed some of the itch to have to play, but still it's fun to go out and then just the social interactions with the people and winning all the time because I always win.
Jim, what do you miss?
I'd say right now bowling. Bowling league, that was just a good chance to go out and bowl and drink the beer. Interaction, talking to people. Yeah.
I miss game night. I miss game night. With the nows.
Yeah. It's been fun. It hasn't been fun because we haven't been getting together. But when we did get together, it was fun.
Yeah.
Well, since it's going to be less than 6 of us, we can still play. We'll come on over this week.
I don't know about this week, but I have thought about since it is summertime and it's more light out, we could do people wear masks and like Halloween masks. I want Halloween masks.
Can I use your Kevin James mask?
No. But I thought about playing outside or even eventually getting more comfortable with a couple people playing games. So the first game we're playing is Who's in My Mouth. So just to let you guys know, that's the first game we're playing.
According to this video that we're on, it's the microphone. Since your mouth keeps disappearing into the microphone.
Actually, it's the preacher lady right now that
Do you follow the rules of the road?
The rules of the what?
Road.
The rules of the rules is what he said. But
yeah, the rules of the rules.
The road of the rules.
I hate you all.
No, you don't. You love us, each and every one of us.
I do. Okay, what else we got? Jeff.
Oh, that's me. I was waiting for Blake to say something. We got Steve from EILFM. He says, those Steve and Izzy cats that did the top 5 heroes that are villains were great. When are they coming back?
Yeah, Jason.
Did you give them a call?
Let's see if they're on. You know what? I will call them.
Give them a call. It might be right now. Or it might not be.
We'll check, though.
All right.
I have been randomly calling people. Okay. I'm calling them.
Frank calling.
We'll see.
Frank,
Steve and Izzy.
Kyle.
We'll see how that
goes. So we can do something else though in the meantime, Jeff. While
we're seeing if they respond, we'll go on to Professor Number One at Dr. Number One. He wants to nominate a Worsley Award nominee. The woman who was attacked and killed by an alligator in the gated community in South Carolina. She was visiting a client to do her nails and was trying to touch the gator when she was grabbed and killed.
Worsley approved. I'm fine with that.
See, to me it doesn't fit the scope of the award. It's just not dying stupidly. It's dying unnecessarily, even though you think you're doing the right thing.
Mm-hmm.
You're trying to do something good for humanity and just get yourself killed. And I don't know if petting an alligator is trying to do something.
She's trying to pet an alligator. She doesn't look like it. So the alligator shouldn't have eaten her. So those were some of her last words were, I don't look like a deer. And then she tried to pet the gator.
I missed that. Okay.
Yes. So this is a very hot button for me because I hate that the alligator had to be killed because of this.
Yes. Yeah.
This dumb bitch walked out into waist-deep water trying to pet an alligator, and guess what? An alligator did what alligators do.
Mm-hmm.
Shit comes in their territory, they eat it. They're an apex predator.
It's
That's
kind of
what
like
they do.
it's kind of like the bear in Gatlinburg a couple years ago that killed somebody and ate part of their body. They hunted it down, the Fish and Game Warden, but they didn't kill it. They just wanted to track it, and it's like good for them.
Good.
That's what they do. You're in their home.
I mean, the lady knew it was there.
Mm-hmm.
The community, the people, the house that she was at, told her it would like to get away from it because a week before they saw it come out of the water and eat a full-size deer. But no, this dumb bitch wanted to wade out into the water and be like, "Oh, look, I'm a stupid bitch."
Is it Ross? Is it Ross?
It's not Ross.
Oh.
So that's what really irritates me is that the animal has to die because it was being an animal.
Yep.
It was doing what it does, and because of this dumb bitch, it had to die.
Hey, Jim, I should have taken a drink every time he said dumb bitch this episode. Damn it.
Yeah, I need a refill.
Well, it looks like we have a title for the show, Dumb Bitch.
We did get we asked a couple weeks ago, a COVID or, it's a new segment. It's from Besotted Geek. COVID-19 or I'm Megan segment. You have to pick one to keep. And if you have other options next week, let us know. COVID or, we had COVID or Heinz Ward. Everybody picked COVID above Heinz Ward. This time it's COVID or I'm Megan. I'm Megan. Jeff, what do you pick?
As much as I'm Megan drives me crazy, if it means getting rid of COVID, I would do I'm Megan every week.
I'm Megan.
But we have to get rid of COVID for that to happen.
I'm Meghan Markle.
And it has to be in the next 2 weeks.
Yeah, if there's a cure from COVID in the next 2 weeks, we would do I'm Megan every week.
Shut up, you old lady. I'm Megan. Brian?
Go ahead, Brian. What do you say?
COVID all the way. All the way.
No hesitation, huh?
I'm picking on Megan.
I had it. He's taking on Megan.
We're keeping on Megan. I want on Megan.
But I had somebody text me a little question, and I thought it could become a segment.
Okay.
Instead of draft day, we become draft analysts, and we give people an idea to draft something. Like I got sent these people like, can you grade our draft? They did Friday Night Lights characters, and so I went and I did an analysis of their draft. I think we should have people do we can talk to Steve and Izzy when they do their if they do some of their draft stuff anymore. They can come to us and we can do a skit. We can do a little bit about where the draft analysts, like we're the Mel Kipers and we're the talking heads on ESPN. And then we run the draft.
I like it a lot.
To grade that draft. So we don't pick by pick is how we grade it? Ooh, that's a bad pick this early in the draft, like that type of shit.
Yeah.
Just to let you know, I'm Megan is still out there.
God, I hate you.
I'm making it while COVID is still keeping us down. Megan can't. That's
Brian, I have to admit, I've been kind of mean to you this week on Twitter, especially sending you many gifts.
Yeah, you've been sending me very inappropriate memes repeatedly.
Lots of spankings.
I mean, do you want to spank me?
No, maybe. So
maybe.
No.
It got so bad that Chris Hansen called me and said, "Please stop."
Checked in, like, "Hey, everything good, man?" You all right?
I'm making sure the intern's above age. Is he okay?
Can we do I'm Megan or spanking the intern?
No, because COVID's not involved.
Oh,
okay, here we
COVID or
go.
spanking the intern?
There we go. COVID or spanking the intern. I'm keeping spanking the intern.
What happens if if COVID goes away next week and we have the I'm Megan segment? Can we then do I'm Megan versus spanking the intern?
Yes. Jeff, are you
God,
going
I hope
spank?
Trump. COVID.
What's that, Jim?
I hope Trump
cures
COVID.
He has a better chance of catching it and dying first.
He's got a good chance of catching it.
Same difference, isn't it?
No, well.
I heard it was made in a lab. Anyways, Jeff, do you spank the intern or the COVID? Keep COVID.
I don't want the COVID, so if I have to give Brian a spanking to get rid of COVID,
I would probably have to do multiple spankings to Brian just to make sure COVID is gone. I would have to repeatedly spank, so it's okay.
There's somebody apparently at my door. Hang on.
Oh, I thought the dogs just wanted to spank you too.
It's COVID. COVID's at your door. Don't answer. Don't answer with COVID.
Don't do it. Don't do it. Oh. It's kind of like Land Shark.
That's how it gets you. Damn it. COVID at the door. Anyway. Jeff, give me an intro. Give me a beatbox for News of the Geek. News of the Geek. Per Seattle Times and everybody else, Major League Baseball is coming back. Maybe. As of now, the proposal is an 82-game season starting in July. Spring training part 2 starts end of June. Let's see here. Each team will play 82 games against opponents in its own division, plus interleague matchups limited to its own other division. So AL
East, East, West, West, Central, Central.
Yes. Postseason play would be expanded from 10 clubs to 14, doubling wild cards in each league to 4. Teams would prefer to play at their regular season ballparks, but would switch to spring training stadiums or neutral sites if medical and government approvals cannot be obtained. Toronto may have to play their games in Florida. So,
it wouldn't surprise me if New York would have been in Florida too.
That's okay. Tampa's going to play in Montreal.
Oh, that's funny. Although that's true. Well, no, I suppose they won't be having fans in most of the stadiums. I'm about to say, if the Yankees play in Tampa, then they might actually sell tickets.
The good news is that New York is actually plateauing right now, so that's good on deaths and hospitalizations are down.
Yeah.
And they did say that all the stadiums there would be no fans in the stadiums at this time. Yeah. The All-Star game in a shocker is probably going to be canceled on July 14th. I think you go the opposite way. If the season starts July 1st, have an All-Star game 2 weeks into it.
Who's winning?
Let's go balls to the
Who's
balls
doing well
here.
right now?
He's batting in 667. Can he keep it up after a 10 at bat or 13 at bats? I don't know, but he made the All-Star game. Let's see here. Basically, they're going to have to figure out a way to do testing for everybody on the team. They did say about expanding the rosters to 40 to 50 players. Right now, it's at 26.
They'd have the 26-man roster, but then they'd have since the minor leagues wouldn't be playing, they'd have a taxi squad of 20 more players.
Okay. That makes sense.
people you can call up, but this is
and
being
those
close
guys,
to being done. The
players haven't agreed on
players
it.
union voted, and Tony Clark is going to take a hard stance, and I don't see coming anytime soon. Agreement. So
No, yeah, the proposal includes revenue sharing, and I don't see at all, even for a stopgap emergency measure, players ever agreeing to that.
So here's what I was getting to. Teams were proposed. Players received a percentage of their 2020 salaries based on 50-50 split of revenues MLB receives during the regular season and postseason, which likely will be among the most contentious aspects of the proposal. Basically, it's not going to happen, like you said. I mean, they're going to have to figure something out. They already are saying that the owners are wanting the players to take a big pay cut because you're not playing as many games. Blah blah blah. There's not as much revenue coming in, and that because the stadiums are not selling.
Well, they'll be playing half the games, so
correct.
They get half their pay. Yeah,
sure.
Would you?
But the players' union will not agree to prorated salaries.
No.
So you're playing 8 games. You're scheduled to make $10 million for a whole 162 game season. You're playing 80 games. You're getting $5 million. No, they want the whole 10. They want their contracts to be honored fully.
Well, there's no way the owners are going to be. I mean, they're not getting enough money to even pay half the salaries, to be honest.
Yeah. No, I know.
So, I mean,
I'm just saying that's what the players want. So.
Yeah. They said that they originally wanted to do teams play like 10 teams per division, 3 divisions, 10 teams in one part of Arizona, 10 teams in Florida, 10 teams somewhere else. The issue, they said, is that the players didn't want to be away from their families, especially during this time.
Yeah.
And that was one of the ideas, but they said no. They said if this was to work with 30 teams and if they had 50 players, along with staffs of 40 to 50 people, they would need 3,000 tests needed for weekly or biweekly testing. So per team. So that's a whole lot of tests.
Well, if you want a test, you can get a test. So, I mean, according to the president.
Yeah,
that's right.
I mean, you can just walk out to the mailbox and get one, right?
I mean,
the president gets tested every day, so the tests are available. You just have to go out and.
You just have to become president to get one every day.
Yeah.
Trump is president, I think.
If I wanted one, I couldn't get one.
Would you guys be interested in this baseball?
I mean,
yeah.
As soon as they start playing.
Yeah.
I want them to come.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm really interested in them playing, so it'd be great. But I know it's got to make sense for all parties involved, too.
Well, they're talking other sports like baseball, or I'm sorry, NBA and MLB. NHL. Sorry, NBA and NHL. They were talking about trying to finish the season. That in those 2 seasons, I say just finish. It's canceled. Just be done with it. There's no reason to do it. Come back strong, hopefully in October, and do it that way.
I could think of a reason to do it.
Money.
Well, no, it's because I was doing real well in fantasy hockey, and I made trades, trading away draft picks for next year, and now I got nothing to show for it. So, yeah, I would love to see NHL finish.
Yeah, but, the AHL canceled the rest of their season yesterday.
Yeah.
So,
it's different with baseball because they haven't started the season. You can try to do a split season, whatever. You can think of ideas. But the NBA, it's like at this point, why even try? They keep trying to come back with it. They said we'll possibly start the rest of the season in October or November, and I'm like, at that point,
that you're already on to the next season.
Yeah, so you're going to fuck up one season or another.
Just eat the rest of this schedule and just call it a day.
Yeah.
Instead of screwing up 2 years.
Correct. So
but then again, I mean, chances are next year is going to be screwed up too. So
yeah, they're not probably get a chance to start on time next year as it is, let alone finish what they just
finish, right?
Do you think anything will go? Do you think we will go back to normal in the next 2 to 3 years?
Yeah.
Like with the stadiums and that. Do you think it would work? Do you think we will?
I think so.
You think?
I think by next. I think the NFL season. I think the Super Bowl will be played in a full stadium.
Wow. Okay. So that's February 2021. Okay.
Yeah.
You know, the NFL season. The NFL season's coming. I joked about it on Twitter that it's not coming. NFL's coming. Whether they have fans or not is the bigger question. But you know, I really hope everything goes back. I don't know about normal, but I hope that we go back to crowds with just everything. But I don't know if we ever will. I mean, at least for a long time. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I don't think anything's gonna be normal again, but I don't think anything will be like how it was in the past. I think you'll see a decrease in attendance at a lot of things like concerts or music festivals or stuff like that. I think for a year at least before a lot of people feel comfortable.
They said, yeah, I think it was it you? We got Blake on the show. Hey, Blake.
Hello.
We're on News of the Geek.
Oh, excellent. Hey, sorry I'm late. I had a lot of things I had to take care of.
It happens.
Blake, it's perfectly fine.
But my hair's clean now.
Did you get a haircut?
No.
He's saying he had to
I was washing my hair.
Oh. There you go, haircut. So the funny thing is, Blake, we're almost done with News of the Geek. We're flying through this episode. We think it might be you that slows us down.
Oh, well. Okay, see you later.
No. We think it's because of your 45-minute diatribe about Oak Island. We think that's the reason.
Well, since you've talked about Oak Island, you brought it up. You want me to...
Way to go, Jason.
I guess I probably should tell you that they didn't find any treasure this season.
What?
What? Come on.
I know it may be shocking.
Wow. Did they find buttons?
But they found a coin and a button and lots of buried wood.
That buried wood is a treasure.
They're discussing the possibility that they may go like this huge, big, giant digging operation that's going to cost millions of dollars.
Why?
Haven't they already millions of dollars?
Yeah,
they already made millions of dollars off of this TV show.
Yeah, well, that's the real treasure. It's all the promotions that they get out of it, But the funny part is that they didn't find anything, and I remember there was this big deal about the Eye of the Swamp, and it is pretty cool. I mean, there was some kind of paved road that they had on the island, and at some point in time, they flooded it and made it into a swamp. And what was pretty interesting is that they did have a guy in there talking about, oh yeah, well if you take this up here, this blue eye, the eye hole, there's this blue clay which would have been pretty important for people in building things, and they probably could have dug this paved road so they can get this blue clay out of here. And they all kind of like, all right, well, let's go move on to the next theory. the one that historically probably made the most sense is the one that are like, no, we don't want that one.
Jason, I don't know what to hate you for the most. Your stupid background or for bringing up Oak Island and having Blake go on and on about it.
I may actually drive out there for a man vacation with my one fraternity brother and his son, who are fans of Oak Island as well. So it only takes like 21 hours to drive there.
Is that it?
Well,
It depends on how fast you go.
14 days of quarantine when you get into Canada. That could be a problem.
Blake,
Yeah.
before we go into some more uplifting things, we do have some depressing stuff. Do you think, we were just talking about this, I'm trying to get off the Oak Island talk here. Do you think in the next year or so that we as a country will go back to being normal with stadiums and concerts and everything?
I hope so.
Okay, you hope so. What do you think?
You know, I'm starting to side more and more with the conspiracy theorists on. I think
Don't do it.
the more we
Don't
know
do it.
about this virus, I think we did a very good job in tapping everything down real quick. The problem is, I think we did too well of a job, and we didn't have all the facts. And here's what I look at. I don't read headlines. I don't read news stories. I don't read the loony libertarian wackos on the right. I don't read the blue check mark, fear porn leftists. I read I get a good email every day that comes from a
Trump.
work-related source, and it gives me all the New York, the New Jersey, the Ohio, the Indiana, and the Kentucky data. And it's good. This is stuff you can actually go to your own state and look up. And so here's the deal, right? If you are, especially if you're 70 years or older, you've got a problem. Just as if you had the regular flu that could do you in, or pneumonia as well. So if you are elderly and if you have, and other complicating issues that you're subject to with immune system problems, this is a deadly virus for you, and you should be sheltering in place and minimizing your contacts and exposures. But what I look at is, I don't look at the total numbers, because the more you test, guess what? Your numbers are going to increase. I look at the positives, the percentages of the positive data, the people that test positive when they get tested, and then the people that actually go into hospitals, and the hospitalization numbers is what I like to pay attention to. So as we expand our testing, guess what? We're finding more and more people actually had it. And is that for cause for concern? It's like, well, on one hand, yes, on the other hand, no. And they're starting to now do some, backtracking genetics on this virus, and now they're saying, well, we may have had it in January. Now guess what? The latest is maybe December. And the funny thing is, if you talk to some of your peeps out there in California, everybody was sick in January. It is before that we even knew it was a COVID-19, coronavirus. So I think we did a good job in flattening the curve, which is what we're supposed to do. But now a lot of our hospitals in certain parts of the country, never got the business. New York is an exception. I mean, they had, a lot of the big stuff, going down there. But and so if you're from that area, you're going to say, yeah, this is all real. I'll say, yeah, because you've been affected the most by it, right? Which is understandable. But as a whole, I think it's more permeated through our society than what we realize.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that we did a good job in flattening the curve, and maybe too good of a job in flattening the curve. And that was the whole origination for sheltering in place, is to flatten that curve, right? Now it's kind of interesting in how people are going, well, we're supposed to stay out until there's like a vaccine, or until it stops spreading. It's like, you can't stop this from spreading. It's impossible. Isn't it? It's never going to stop spreading. So we're doing what we're supposed to do, is flatten the curve, and I think we did that too well. And I think as summer comes around, that'll help out. But as more people get exposed and build up herd immunity, and that's good for 95% of the nation. What you got to worry about is the other 5% of the people that are really susceptible, to this, what this kills. And I think as we learn more and more about it, ultimately over the next year, we'll be better prepared. But you the normal people like me and you, if you can call our listeners normal, we're stuck in the middle. We're stuck in the middle because like everything else is getting hijacked. All these narratives that are getting hijacked from the right and the left, trying to pull things their way for their own political agendas. And I think that's the bullshit that we have to put up with is, get through the political bullshit and look for the norm, look for the stabilizing factors. And I think a lot of it is in the truth lies in the middle. And I think for 95% of the people that is true. The 5%, we need to take precautions to protect them. I think they should take precautions to protect themselves.
Will you wear a mask outside?
I wear a mask not as a political statement. If I am in a closed environment, if I go to Home Depot, if I go to Kroger, if I go to any indoor thing, or go to pick up my food from the restaurants, whatever, I wear a mask. Okay. Not because I'm in close confines with somebody that I'm exposing myself to or exposing them to me, and I don't know them, and I don't know, and so I do it out of respect for other people because I may be a carrier and I don't know it, and I'm not going to know it until I get tested. And if I don't have it, la-di-da. Now my question is, when am I going to get it? And if I already had it, I'm wearing a mask because it's not to protect me, it's to protect me from spreading it to other people. And I think that's where people misunderstand some things. So if you actually read some of the good things about, the parts per million of this virus and how it can, regular breathing, sneezing, coughing, and how most of it really, in reality, falls to the ground. The people that you're really going to get sick are in close confines with you, right? So if I'm on a walking trail, I'm not going to, and I'm outside and, walking around, I'm not going to wear a mask outside because I've looked at the science, I've read the data myself, and odds are that's not how it's going to get transmitted.
When we go on walking we've done a lot of hiking trails. We have the mask in the car if we have to stop anywhere. Not that we do, but in case of emergency. But on the hiking trails, we don't wear masks. And there's the hiking trails we've gone to, we've got obviously make sure it's not that populated. My God!
Okay, who's got a goddamn? We're picking up way too much noise. It's driving me crazy. Who's in traffic? Because that's what I'm hearing.
On a positive note, though, do you think that we should have listened to The Princess Bride more because he did say that everybody in the future will be wearing masks? Do you feel like we should have listened to the Princess Bride? I feel like that's.
If you look at the percentage of the luchaderos.
Oh, the luchadors?
Yes. Yeah, luchadors. Yes. I agree.
Jim, are you outside?
Well, the princess was influenced by, big old what's his name. So.
On a positive note,
Andre the Giant.
Let's talk Black Mirror. I apologize. We got very depressing here. This is one from comicbookmovie.com. Everything has changed, and one of which is the entertainment industry. For some, production has been halted. For others, narratives have been changed entirely. In the case of Black Mirror showrunner Charlie Brooker, he is not even bothering to develop a 6th season of the show. During an interview with Radio Times, 1940s, Brooker said that regarding the state of the show's next season, quote, "I've been busy doing things. I don't know what I can say about what I'm doing and not doing. At this moment, I don't know what stomach there would be for stories about societies falling apart, so I'm not working on another season." So basically, we're living in the Black Mirror right now, and he feels like we should not be doing any more of it.
That's pretty much what that's saying, yep.
So, Blake, I'm sorry, you're not going to get any more pig fucking. So I apologize for that.
Hey, we can always go back and rewatch the first one. It's already there. It's already in the
get that out of my. It's burned into my brain. Thanks, Scab Jeff.
I have never seen an episode of Black Mirror thanks to Blake for telling me about that, so I appreciate that.
I've never watched it either.
Neither have I.
There's some really good episodes.
It's pretty enjoyable.
What the hell was that?
Black Mirror is pretty enjoyable.
I always feel like it's fun with Jim on the show because you never know what volume you're getting. He's either going to be great, or he's going to be the teacher from Charlie Brown, or he's going to be the PA announcer. I love it.
I can't tell how I sound, so.
Real quick, quickies. Nev Campbell is in talks to return to Scream 5. Well, my interest in Scream 5 doesn't wanes now.
I thought they already made a Scream 5, so that shows you what I know.
I would be okay with it if she dies in the first 5 minutes, like Drew Barrymore's character. Start fresh. And good
Eat
news.
fresh? What?
Start fresh.
Eat fresh.
Yeah. Oh, you're not eating fresh at Subway.
I am when I take my prop rocket launcher and prop 50 cal in there. I feel much safer.
Down the hall. Down the
All
hall.
right. Me? Okay.
Falcon and the Winter Soldier has been given the green light to continue filming in Prague. Unfortunately, Avatar 2 has been given the green light to start filming again in New Zealand. Nikki from New Zealand, you need to help us on this. Please, do something. New Zealand has had no COVID cases in like a week. I think you actually need to start spreading COVID because it's COVID or Avatar 2. So, which one do you pick, Jeff?
I'll take Avatar 2.
Taking COVID.
I don't want COVID.
I'm not saying you're getting it. I'm just saying in the world, do you put
No,
Avatar
I don't want it
2?
in the world. I mean, if accepting Avatar 2 means getting rid of COVID, so far Heinz Ward is the only one I agreed to.
Fuck that guy.
I love it. I love it.
I think there's no COVID-19 coronavirus in New Zealand because I also read that kiwis build up an immunity to it. So we got to eat more kiwis too.
Is that the bird or the fruit?
Both.
No, the newest thing in testing is antibodies from llamas. Yes.
We have a llama in the studio.
Yeah, he's there protecting the studio. We should all be in the studio because we've got the Saint Llama to protect us.
I'll throw the llama at you. Go ahead. Here it is.
Back in the studio next week.
2021. Anyways, December. Let's see here. And that's it. That's all I got. September 11th through 13th is Cincinnati Comic Expo at the Duke Energy Convention Center, Cincinnati, Ohio. Get your tickets at Duke Energy Convention Center now. Get your tickets at CincinnatiComicExpo.com. You should not be outside. Jeff, are you going to be there?
I'll be there as long as COVID lets me.
Yeah, that would be the other thing, too. So they are the Highlanders of Comic Expos. Just to let you know, there is only one this year. So get your money and go. That's all I'm saying. Hell, Blake may even show up. He's not going to have an excuse because nothing else is going to be open except the Comic Expo.
Well, he still might be in Canada at Oak Island.
Yeah, I may be under quarantine there still.
Steven Costantino is just announced. He played one of the Gamora guards at Jabba's palace in Return of the Jedi. So that was nice. Also, the big one, Paige O'Hara. Who is Paige O'Hara? Wow,
Belle.
She's the voice of Belle from Beauty and the Beast, the animated film. So you know Doug's going to be number one fan. Doug's going to be in line for that. So Keon Young, he is from. He played a lot of voice acting, especially G.I. Joe, and also he was in Sons of Anarchy and Deadwood. So he's going to be there. Jason Fount. Who is Jason Fount? He is the Red Ranger from Power Rangers Time Force and Power Rangers Wild Force. So just let you know.
Hey!
Whoa! We almost had Steven in here from. I'm getting him.
Oh, where'd he go?
Oh, I'm getting him.
Okay, Jason, I have a quick question. The first guy you mentioned, who did he play in Star Wars?
The Gamora guard.
Yeah, Gamora guard. That's what he said.
Gamora. So they're Marvel
green.
people
Is
in
that
Star
the same
Wars
thing?
now.
Well, they're all owned by Disney, so yeah, and they're all green. How do
you pronounce that again, Jason?
The Gamorrean guard.
Okay.
You know what? I'm done with you. I'm done with you.
Brian, drink.
I hate your drinking games when you don't include me.
You're included. You should be drinking too.
I didn't tonight. Jeff, let's do some box office news. I'll give you an intro. Box office news at the drive-in. We're going to the drive-in.
Okay, don't ever give me an intro ever again.
Okay.
The box office news report. Pretty much the box office from May 8th, 2020 to May 10th, 2020. Good weekend. The Wretched coming in at number 1, making $69,608.
Nice.
A total of $165,294. The Wretched. Following that up, number 2, How to Build a Girl, made $13,201 in its opening weekend. Don't know anything
sounds like
about
a pervy Japanese movie.
It's about sex dolls. How to build a sex doll.
Pretty much.
You would know that, Jason.
Don't worry about it, Brian.
But
I will spank you.
But are those the sex dolls that will come to life and kill you?
Yes.
Well, you know,
this
when
movie
you're
came
in
out in
quarantine,
2019.
when you're in quarantine, you got to do what you got to do, man.
That's right. That's right. Sometimes the cucumber does the job.
How to Build a Girl is the novel charts the journal of a teenage Joanna Morrigan, who reinvents herself as Dolly Wilde, a fast-talking lady sex adventurer, moves to London and gets a job as a music critic in hope of saving her poverty-stricken family in Wolverhampton.
So it's a
Coming of
British
age.
movie.
A British movie that came out in 2019. So
re-released here in the States for the drive-in crowd. Yay! Coming in at number 3, we have Disappearance at Clifton Hill, made $1,764. A total of $23,679.
Ooh.
Okay, so don't go to Clifton Hill or you might disappear.
That's right.
Then the History of the Kelly Gang, the one that's been on the charts all month long, made another $1,456, a total of $32,496.
Jeff, this might be my favorite box office, the next one, ever.
it is
I
mine.
love it. And it ranked number 5 with this amount.
Number 5 in the country, The Burnt Orange Heresy made $45. To bring its total to
people went saw it.
Bring a total of $39,633. Did they have like dollars showing at the drive-in and they got 45 cars to show up?
That is my favorite thing ever. $45, and you can claim that you were number 5 in the country. Hey, our film is number 5 in the country. So, just to put it in perspective, Blake, Jim, me, you, and Brian could have put this Skype video up on the theaters and only be $45 away from being in the top 5 this week.
How much of that $45 was actually a guy that went to go see it twice?
with a station wagon.
Thank you, Simpsy Explorer.
Did he tweet it out with his ticket stub and the marquee?
So, congratulations to the Burnt Orange Heresy. That is unbelievable. Amazingly,
So we were talking about, now that the drive-ins are open, about going.
Mm-hmm.
So at Starlight this weekend, they're showing Bloodshot and Fantasy Island.
I would like to see actually
double feature
Fantasy Island.
both.
And then at the Holiday
Mm-hmm.
one in Hamilton,
Mm-hmm.
they're showing The Invisible Man and The Hunt.
That actually seems like a good lineup. Those two. My family has been to the Holiday one. And I follow them on Facebook a lot. They reopened this past weekend, and they were not even with social distancing because they still have to leave a spot. they said that they still did not sell out. Everybody thought that everybody was going to rush to it. I think everybody was worried that there was going to be long lines, and they still had plenty of spots open. So go to your drive-ins, people. So, and they said they recommend staying in the car with the with the thing in. But they said if you get out, you have to be obviously right in front of your car, and you have to have a mask on. So just to let everybody know. But like I said, I saw the lineup this week. I thought it was really well done. Last week was Onward and there's another kids Jumanji 2, Next Level. So
I should have went last week. I'd be more interested in those two movies than anything that was coming out this week. Damn it.
I may just go up to at 11 o'clock just to watch The Hunt, so I don't have to pay $20. I'll rather drive and spend $6 to get in.
Oh, yeah. We can go up there and we can stop off at Municipal Brew Works and pick up a growler and put it in our car.
Yeah.
Does that mean we have to hang out with Jason?
Oh no, I'll be down. I'll be down in another section.
No, yeah, Jason won't hang out with us. We have a chance of being infected with COVID, and we have germs.
I'm not going around Brian. COVID knocked at his door already today. Blake, you missed that. COVID was knocking. It was scary.
Oh man,
my dog scared it away though.
Oh, good. Okay.
Yep.
So,
well, that's a better one, Jason.
What's that?
That you get backdrop.
Yeah, you like that one?
Better than what you've been showing us.
The Star Wars back here now. Let's see here. Let's do a top 5. Give me a top 5, somebody. Top 5 song. Good job. Anyways, best cameraman in the business.
5.
Thanks, Jim.
Top 5.
Okay, so top 5. Okay, now all of you just stop it. Top 5. I'm going to click this pen.
Hey, I specifically brought a non-clickable pen downstairs.
I almost said something about that earlier when I saw you holding the pen. I'm like, oh, that one don't click, does it?
Thank God. Top 5 this week is from Nisi, one of our favorite listeners. Top 5 songs you would add to your own mixtape. Can be any type of mixtape and any type of genre, whatever title. But back in the day, kids, you would have a tape recorder and you would put songs on it and give it to your friends, girlfriends, boyfriends, and it would be your favorite songs. Hence the mixtape. If you watch Guardians of the Galaxy, you know what it is. So, top 5 songs you would add to your own mixtape. Blake, do you have a number 5?
Actually, I have a 1 through 11.
Okay, so do your 1 through 5. Which is your number 5?
And then we'll ignore the 6 through 11.
So I'm actually cheating, and I am cheating with using Blake and Michelle's wedding album.
Oh, okay.
So when we got married, one of the table gifts, your table was marked with a CD with your name on it and your table number. So we actually burned lots of fucking CDs, by the way. So I have here through 1 through 11. So these were songs that we picked for our wedding. So if you came to our wedding, this is you got this CD with these 11 songs. So what I'll do is I'll do starting with 11 and 10. I'll do 9 and 8, 7 and 6, 5 and 4, 3 and 2 and 1. I'll do that backwards. How's that?
That works.
Then you can guess whether this was Michelle's song or my song.
Okay.
That.
They were all Michelle's songs.
Yeah, ultimately they are. Because we all know who had veto power. All right, so number 11, this is track 11, was All the Way by Celine Dion and Frank Sinatra.
Definitely a Michelle song.
Blake song.
When I'm 64, Beatles.
What was it?
Definitely a Blake song. When I'm 64 by the Beatles.
I think that was probably a both, actually.
Okay.
Yeah, I think Beatles is kind of an agreed upon band for them.
Yeah, but there's stuff on here that I know is specifically me. But yeah, all the way Celine Dion and Frank Sinatra. Obviously that's too classy for me. But when I'm 64, the Beatles. Yeah, that was kind of like a both of us option, I think.
Brian, what type of mixtape did you make?
I made my own mixtape.
The Brian mix.
Yep.
I think he's asking for your number 5 on the Brian mix is.
Oh, okay. Sorry. I was waiting.
I was waiting.
Well, you weren't paying attention to me, Jason. So, number 5 for me is "Stressed Out" by the 21 Pilots.
Okay.
Is this your COVID mixtape? Because I'm stressed out.
Looking at it, it could very well be. Looking at the titles and knowing the songs, it could be.
Jeff, what's your mixtape?
Well, what I did was I made 5 mixtapes, and I picked the one song that I would definitely put on that mixtape.
Okay, I like that idea.
So, like, number 1, first one I have is like the Road Trip mixtape. And the one song I would definitely put on there is Radar Love by Golden Earring.
Radar Love.
That's a good for the drive.
Yeah, that's got a good beat to speed too.
Jim, what's your number 5? And what type of mixtape do you have?
My mixtape is, of course, you got to give it to the girl, and she's probably just going to throw it away, but it's got to be like Sappy Loves. And so I hobied number 5 because you have to have Alphaville, Forever Young, and Cyndi Lauper's Time After back to back.
Time after time. Okay. Let's see here. My number 5. My mixtape. First off, I just did one type of mixtape. It's because my wife actually because today at lunch was I told her at the top box and she's like, "You have no music except one-hit wonders. You had so many CDs of one-hit wonders. Just do a one-hit wonder mixtape." So that's what I did. My favorite one-hit wonders. Let's see here.
One-hit wonders are fun.
And Bon Jovi.
I did not put a Bon Jovi. I was going to do a Bon Jovi mixtape, but it was too tough. Let's see here. My number 5 is "Walking in Memphis." I really like that song by Mark Cohn, I think it is.
Mark Cohn,
in 1991. Yeah. So "Walking in Memphis" is my number 5.
If you get lost walking in Memphis, will that song help you find your way?
No.
I don't know how accurate is his descriptions of walking in Memphis. I mean,
10 years ago when I was lost walking around Memphis looking for a cab, it didn't help me.
Let's see.
Graceland, because I know he sings about that in the song.
Well, you're 10 feet off. You're 10 feet off the pier.
Let's see here. My number 4 is let's see here. Just making sure I have it here. I have Aha, "Take on Me." Take on me, take me on, take me on.
The song better known for its video than its actual musical content.
But it is a good song.
Great song. Take on me.
Well, it was.
And I love how Jason always gets the lyrics wrong.
Yeah.
Take me on. Anyways, Jim, what's your number 4?
My number 4, again, it's Simple Minds. Don't you forget about me, in parentheses.
Hey!
Don't.
That's a classic. I like that.
About me. Jeff, what's your number 4?
If your girlfriend's throwing that song away, she's not worth it.
Good point.
Jeff, what's your number 4?
My number 4 is from the Love Mixtape, and it's John Legend's "All of Me."
Oh, that's a good one. Nice
I
job,
really like that song. If I was making a love mix, I would definitely put John Legend on it.
So that's not the same as the Steve Martin movie. All
No,
of
no, not Steve Martin, Lily Tomlin.
No.
No, not that.
Would I like that version better, or would I like John Legend's better?
You probably like the Steve Martin version better. But
Correct.
all of me. Why not take all of me?
That's what she said.
All your and edges, all your perfect imperfections.
Yeah, that's the John Legend one. Yes.
In the book.
Perfect imperfections. I like it.
Brian, what's your number 4?
Number 4 is Elderly Woman Behind the Counter in a Small Town by Pearl Jam.
Sense a theme with your songs, with your bands.
21 Pilots and Pearl Jam?
What's the theme?
White guys.
Type of...
White guys that rock.
Forget it. Jeff
Go
nailed
ahead.
it.
I'm very
no,
curious.
Forget it. No, I'm not mocking it. I'm just saying the same type of music. Then.
You mean the type of music he likes, he put on his mixtape? No.
You know what, Brian? You're not getting a spanking tonight. Forget it. No spankings for you.
Jackpot.
Thank goodness.
Blake, what's your number?
Although,
for
I will say, when the COVID came to the door, Dr. Dana overheard us, and I did get my spanking.
So he did get a spanking tonight.
We'll have to have a talk with Dr. Dana.
But did she say good game?
She did not.
We'll have to have a talk with Dr.
Well, see,
Dr.
when it's your
Dana.
spouse, you don't have to say good game, though.
Yeah.
You're my man meat, not her. You're not hers.
Don't
Anyways.
ever say that ever again. Blake, what's your number 4?
Number 4. I'm gonna group 3 together here so I can squeeze all 11 songs in here in my top 5. How's that?
Okay.
That works.
No, number 9 on this list was Green Eyes from Coldplay.
Michelle's song?
I guess Michelle.
Correct.
I don't know you as a Coldplay fan.
Correct. That is correct.
I don't know any Coldplay fans.
Here's the funny thing about it. Neither of us have green eyes.
Yeah, I don't even know that particular song from Coldplay, so I couldn't even tell you how that goes.
Number 8, Woman, John Lennon.
That's a Blake song.
Correct. Number 7 was Something by the Beatles.
Both?
Yeah, more me in that one.
More you on that. Okay.
Yeah, that was a 50-50.
Well,
Yeah,
pretty much any Blake songs are 50-50 because she didn't veto them.
well, 51-49.
Okay.
Was that your number 7?
Yes.
Okay. So
But now we're back to Blake for his number 3.
Number 3. Let me do 654.
Yep.
6. Fade Into You, Mazzy Star.
Okay.
Michelle.
Nope, that was me.
Oh, that was you? Okay.
Joe B. Joe Ba, Gypsy Kings.
You.
Michelle.
That was 50-50. Joe B.
Okay.
Joe Ba, cada dia te quiero más. All right. Number 4. I'm Going to Be, The Proclaimers.
500 miles. I almost put that on my
Travel list.
for my road mix list.
Yeah, that would have been good.
Blake likes I'm Gonna Be 500 miles.
Yeah, that's more. Yeah, that was more of me. Yes, that's correct.
Oh, you lied. There are more Blake songs on there than Michelle songs.
Well, they're really all hers, but you know.
But Blake didn't have a disdain for it that he wasn't going to call off the wedding if it was on there. So that makes it a Blake song.
Yeah, that's right.
Back to Hack. Sorry, intern. Yeah, intern. What's your number 3?
The Best of You by the Foo Fighters.
Good song.
Are you going to get the one edit I heard on the radio that one time where they just sing the best, the best, the best for like 4 minutes?
Not that version.
Oh,
That's not the best version.
I was driving to work one day, and like it started out normal, and then once I got into that, that's all it was for the next 3 minutes was just singing the best over and over and over again.
So the DJ was in the bathroom?
I think I did it on purpose.
Jeff, what's your number 3?
We're on my number 3. This is my sad mixtape tier. It's going to be Everybody Hurts by REM. But it's a sad mix.
I like REM. I don't like that one.
Really?
But that's okay.
Let's see. You know, and that is a long, hurting song, too.
Yeah.
It starts, and it hurts, and it just doesn't stop.
Sometimes.
Well, when you want to listen to sad songs, that's what you want. And it's on my mixtape, so there's going to be like 11 more songs after that are the same
10
way.
of them, The Cure. Songs
No,
by The Cure.
Cure wouldn't make my list.
Jim, what's your number 3?
His breakup thing is all Adele.
And Taylor Swift.
Oh, and I was going to say, what's the guy's name? The British guy who just had an album out this year. He's hitting all the charts now.
Clay Aiken.
British guy.
British. He's definitely British.
Michael Bublé.
Sam Smith.
No, I can find it real quick.
Daniel Powder.
Philip.
No.
Phillips?
James Blunt.
Nope.
Ed
Keep
Sheeran.
guessing.
Elton John.
Not Ed Sheeran.
Elton John. That's a good one.
Adele.
Baron?
Oasis.
British guy who.
Okay, I'm going
Billie
to my
Eilish.
number 3.
British guy. Billie Eilish. Yes.
Or Billie Eilish's brother.
Jim, what's your number 3?
My number 3 is the Airborne Toxic Event, but I'm going to go with a cover they did of the Magnetic Field song, Book of Love.
How does that go, Jim?
That's a
Peter Gabriel. Have you seen the Scrubs? The last episode, or the last of
no.
The last season 8 episode?
Yes, when he's walking down the hallway and they have the song in the background, it's that song. That's the Peter Gabriel version. But the Airborne Toxic Event does. The Book of Love is long and boring. But yeah, look it up and listen to it.
Okay.
The British guy I was talking about is Louis Capaldi.
Oh, Doctor Who's nephew.
Yes.
That's not the Airborne Toxic song I thought you were going to pick, Jim.
Which one? Somewhere on midnight?
Yep.
That's more on the breakup song, not on the love song.
Fair enough.
My number 3 is I Hobied It. It's from 1982, both of them. Come On Eileen by Dexy's Midnight Runners. Come on, Eileen.
I'd rather not. She doesn't deserve it.
Why do you got to ruin the year I was born, man?
Sorry. And the other one from
my
1982.
My wife hates that song.
I like it.
Why do you hate the song? Because you hate the double entendre innuendo? And she goes, no. Because if you actually listen to it, he's actually pressuring the girl into having sex. That's what she said.
Thanks, Blake, for ruining my life.
Well, that's what the song's about.
Anyways,
I just think it's a shitty song.
I'm just doing catchy songs, okay? People, shut the fuck up.
Jason's rapey song list.
He's not raping her. He's just trying to convince her. Come on. Come on.
My Hobie for number...
Come on.
Come on. Come on.
I will put Joe Exotic back up on my banner again. Don't tempt me.
Come on.
My number 3, I Hobied it with 1982's Tony Basil's Mickey. Hey, Mickey, you're so fine. You're so fine. You blew my mind. Hey, Mickey. Hey, Mickey.
That is one of the most annoying fucking songs ever.
What, Blake? I'm not done singing. Hey, Mickey, you're so fine. You're so fine. You blew my mind.
Whatever you do, Jason, don't play that at a wedding and have a pyramid where the bride's on top, because
Moving on.
people will find it offensive and ruining the wedding, and they will leave.
Hey, Mickey, you're so funny. Anyways,
Actually,
let's see.
that's interesting that you Hobie them together, Jason, because you have one song, where the guy's trying to talk the girl into having sex, and the other is a video of pervy cheerleaders.
Mm-hmm. Those are feel-good songs.
Oh, let's put the videos together. We can get the guys in the overalls but no shirts hanging out with the cheerleaders.
The ZZ Top. And then my number 2 is 1979's Video Killed the Radio Star. Video killed the radio star.
Who sings it?
Video killed the Boogles?
Brian Drink.
Well, it was close.
I knew it as soon as I said it was wrong.
The what?
You mean the Buggles?
Jeff, the Wiggles sang it. The Wiggles. Jim, what's your number 2?
Okay, my number 2, it's not a love song mix if you don't have somebody standing outside the window playing this song on their boombox. Peter Gabriel's In Your Eyes.
In your eyes.
Iconic scene in film.
The light, the heat, your eyes.
From Breakfast Club or
complete.
Easy A?
Well,
Yeah, I'll go with neither. Easy. What song did he play at Easy A was a song from Breakfast Club. That was Simple Minds.
You already had
right.
it.
But
Yeah,
you're right.
Jeff, what's your number 2?
Oh yeah, Jim just went. My number 2 is my psych up mix. Anytime you just let's get pumped. It's going to be "We're Not Gonna Take It" by Twisted Sister.
Hey, we're not gonna take it.
I thought you'd have Killer in the name of right there, Jeff.
No, that doesn't psych me up.
Okay, Brian, what's your number 2?
My number 2 is Bullet the Blue Sky. You too.
Wow. That's my slide guitar noise.
Oh, nice.
Is that when Bono was a douchebag or when he was a douchebag?
It was when he was transitioning from douchebag to douchebag.
Gotcha.
But he still wrote and made great music.
Yes, he did. I'm not doubting that. Blake, what's your number 3 and 2 and 1?
3 and 2 I'll do together because actually they're a pair. It's a love song and Love Cats by The Cure.
I don't know that second one, but I'll guess they're all Blake songs because no one loves The Cure that I know more than Blake.
Actually, that's a love song would have been more Michelle. Love Cats was me because that's a song that I had picked on an original Mixtape tape that I gave to her. Haha.
So you really made a mixtape with that song on it.
Yeah, that's true. And I love the stand-up bass in it, too. It was awesome.
That's Stray Cats. You keep getting them confused.
No, I know what I'm talking about.
Shut up, Jeff.
Blake, what's your number 2?
All right, well, that was 3 and 2. So the last song on the list, which was number 1 on the list, number 1 on the playlist, was Harry Connick's Jr. It Had to Be You.
Okay.
It had to be you.
That's more typical wedding thing.
Yeah.
I think Marla Hooch sings it better.
What a hitter.
Brian, what's your number 2? Or number 1, I'm sorry.
Number 1 is the song is Universal Sound by Tyler Childers.
I do not know that song or that artist.
He's a fairly new country artist.
That would explain it.
Not country like B105 country, like
Not
legitimately
Georgia Line country.
Not like B105 country, more like
real
how
country.
Ethiopia is a country. Oh,
No.
oh.
Jeff, what's your number one?
My number one is my nostalgia mix,
Mm-hmm.
and it's the Rolling Stones Paint It Black.
Jim, what's your number one?
My number one, again, this Ghost is kind of nostalgic for me because if you ever heard this song coming from my room in college, you just stayed away. It will be Sting, Fields of Gold.
I like that song. I think you might have just now ruined it for me, but
tastes like.
Okay, moving on. Number one for me on One Hit Wonders mixtape.
Yeah, you don't get to move people along.
No, we do.
You're in no position to move us along.
For that, we do. Is Tommy Two-Tone, 1981's 867-5309. I got it. 867-5309.
Okay. What did you get?
I don't want to be too.
You got Jenny.
Don't want to be too critical of people's lists, but even as a one-hit wonder mixtape, that's terrible.
Okay, fine. I'm going to do fine. You know what? I'm taking it out.
I mean the whole tape.
If Jason makes a mixtape, I'm going to throw it away.
Fine, Jeff. I'm changing it. Was not was. Walk the dinosaur.
I would expect that from you more than the.
Thank you.
I mean, you have no Kajagoogoo on your one-hit wonder tape.
Change it to the Ting Tings, Jason.
Wait. What was that, Jeff? What was yours?
I said
change Jeff's for Jeff. Change it to the Ting Tings. His favorite song.
No, never change it to the Ting Tings. No, I said Kajagoogoo.
Ugh.
That's too shy.
Hush, hush.
I like that.
Hush, hush. That
was a good one, man.
So Nisi, who came up with this top five, thank you, she did a One Hit Wonders mixtape as well. She had
I like this better.
She had Spirit in the Sky, Norman Greenbaum. My Sharona by the Knack. My Sharona. Rapper's Delight by the Sugar Hill Gang. Oh, God. The Sugar Hill Gang. That's old.
I'll take Rappin' Granny's version.
I Melt With You, Modern English. You know what? That's a very damn good one, too. I forgot about them.
That was a good shoegazer song, dance song.
Closing Time by Semisonic. Closing Time.
I hated that song.
Afternoon Delight. She said, "Don't judge me."
Played that.
I'm kind of judging Afternoon Delight. Sorry, Nisi.
Listener MVP Brian Auer had a road trips mixtape. He had Take Me Home Country Roads by John Denver. This is a good one. Life is a Highway by Rascal Flatts.
Oh, God. At least do the Tom Cochran version.
The Great Adventure by Stephen Curtis Chapman. Here I Go Again by Whitesnake. Oh, my God. He really did. Okay, I did not know this because I haven't looked at these top five. So we were Walking in Memphis by Marcone. So there you go. Good job, Brian. Well done. Well done. So there is your top five for this week. Thank you, Nisi. Let's see here. We did have just got a report, and Steve from EILFM said he appreciated the invite, but he was doing another podcast.
So he came to do his podcast, and we hijacked it, huh?
How dare he? How dare he?
He's cheating on us
with his own
podcast.
Did you tell him we were just answering his question for him?
Yes. So yeah, you go. There. Bad idea of the week this week. Petting an alligator when it's coming up to you. Bad
that's
idea.
Like number 3.
No. I wouldn't say top 10
because that's a really bad idea. Alligator petting is a bad idea.
Okay, fine, Jeff. 3.
God, that dumb bitch.
Dumb
let's-
bitch.
Well,
we
at
have
least she
titles
doesn't-
for the.
At least she won't live
Jason
to regret it.
Boo.
We were having titles for the show. I have COVID at the door.
I had
the rules
COVID
of
at your door.
the rules of rules.
Rules of the rules.
I win all the time. Is there any conflict? And no spankings for you. So
I had no spanking for you. I hate you. I had dumb bitch. I had disappear into his pants. Different definitions of fun, and movie about hemorrhoids.
I had keep your hands to yourself. Who is in my mouth? This dumb bitch. Don't spank me. Go cucumber yourself. And throw away this mixtape.
I had the Boogles, spanking the intern, or do you want to spank me? And there are no losers in Drink the Beer.
So I sense a theme of spankings. Or
Although I like different definitions of fun. Throw away the mixtape works too.
I like throw away the mixtape. Okay, change your
It's actually kind of about about what we talked about. Yeah.
Back in the early days, like I'm talking single-digit numbers, or even double-digit numbers of the episode of the podcast. If you mentioned a deity in your title, you would get a lot of downloads from the Christian group. They didn't stay with you the next episode, but they did get downloads a lot. Just a little tip for you future podcasters out there.
So then we should. The one I had was actually God, I hate you.
That would have worked.
I don't know if that would have worked.
So anyways, Roger says goodbye.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Okay, let me stop the recording.